A group of South African men are stranded in the Donbas area of Ukraine after being lured there under the promise of bodyguard training. That training, allegedly arranged by former President Jacob Zuma's daughter, Duduzile Zuma Sambudla, turned out to be bogus. Instead, the men were sent to the front line of Russia's war in Ukraine. Joining us in the studio is Chris Hattingh, the Democratic Alliance spokesperson on defence, to discuss the criminal charges now laid against Zuma Sambudla. Hi Chris, thanks again for joining us.
Good afternoon, Linda.
Can you give us a bit of background to take us back? How did this happen? How did 17 South African men land in a war in Russia-Ukraine?
It appears from snippets of WhatsApp that we've seen that this has actually developed over quite a period. They were canvassed from March onwards, and they left. 22 young men left on the 8th of July from the OR Tambo airport in Johannesburg to Russia, and then after things went sour. The 22 men consisted of 20 South Africans at that stage and 2 Botswana citizens. It appears that 3 men were sent back to South Africa because they were related to Madiba. So that left 17 South Africans and 2 Botswana citizens. And as time went on, things happened. Their clothes were burned. Later, we've heard that their passports were burned, and then they got quite serious and involved training. They were complaining. Duduzile Zuma Sambudla said that they want to work with their heads and see who's the strongest. And then when they finally arrived in what the so-called red zones, Duduzile Zuma Sambudla told them that they won't go fighting. The worst that they would be doing perhaps is cleaning the soldiers' rifles. So and then all communication was cut with most of the men. Some of them still managed to get some messages through, but nobody knows actually what their situation now is.
Just incredible. And she also kept, WhatsApping them throughout until communication was dropped.
Well, they were in training. Remember, they went there under the pretenses that they would receive security training, that they will have personal development, that they will, after all of this, that they will be able to find a job, and they can even apply and get the Russian citizenship or any other citizenship that they would like to have. This is what they were told.
And you've now made a case against Zuma Sambudla, a criminal case.
We've laid a charge. We've received a lot of WhatsApp messages and other information, which we then very carefully considered. And we decided, actually last week, Thursday, that this warrants a criminal case, as well as complaints at the Ethics Committee of Parliament, as Duduzile Zuma Sambudla was at that stage a member of Parliament. We submitted to the police and to the Ethics Committee. And then later that afternoon, last week, Thursday, the MK Party announced that they will be having a video conference the following day, 11 o'clock. And on that video conference, they announced that she has resigned as a member of Parliament. But we believe that we were told at the police station by the officer in charge that there are 3 cases and that they're combining the 3 cases, and they only gave us a provisional investigation number, not a formal case and number. They said that there's a case in KwaZulu-Natal as well as a case handled by the Hawks, the investigative case, and then ours. So they combined the 3 into 1.
I see that Zuma Sambudla's own family members have also opened a case against her. Can you tell us about that?
Well, not really a lot. You know, it's the MK party is very much a family business, and from time to time, families do have family members do have differences. We couldn't leave it at that because that case we don't know on what evidence that case was founded, and it could be withdrawn at any stage. So therefore, we filed a properly motivated and supported by evidence case to take it forward.
So what is the charge? This is actually human trafficking?
Well, our case first is in terms of the 1919 Act on the Prohibition of Foreign Military Assistance Act. And then also we believe that there's a strong case of human trafficking to be made, as well as fraud. It's interesting that there is a more severe act in place, the Act of Foreign Mercenaries, that was of 2008, which carries more severe penalties, but that was not signed into law by the then President Jacob Zuma, who now happen to be intimately involved in this.
The Umkhonto Sizwe Party, so they're denying that they are sending South African men to Russia to go and fight in the war against Ukraine.
Oh, well, that is expected if we want to look at the seriousness of the case. However, the WhatsApp groups over a period of time carried the name of the MKP mission into Russia. That was the heading. The MK party was consistently mentioned in this. Well, one can say that they didn't know, but there are so many MKP members that are involved in this, that it's even their leader, Jacob Zuma, who went to Russia, that it's unlikely that the MK as a party did not know about this. This is very concerning. If a political party gets involved in criminal activities, which this is, then they can be prosecuted like any other organization, which is actually very serious.
Are you considering prosecuting the MK party and not only Zuma Sambudla?
We have provided additional information to the police, and we believe that they should also be investigated.
So what steps are the South African authorities taking to get these men back?
Well, that's a very funny thing and strange. One would expect that DIRCO, the Foreign Affairs Office, would have been prominently involved in this. But they are very silent on this. They haven't issued any media statements, anything on this. And we believe that they have handed everything over to the State Security Agency, who are apparently working behind the scenes to get these men back, which is a strange way of dealing with an issue such as this.
Wouldn't you expect a call directly from Mr. Ramaphosa to Mr. Putin, because they seem to be in contact?
Yeah, they appear to have very good relations. Yes, I would have expected that that would have happened, but there's a deafening silence from that side.
Have you heard directly from the men themselves? Are they still safe?
We don't know. I have been in communication with one of the mothers recently. She is in a bad state at the moment because she was told that her son, of which she heard last on the 28th of August, is missing, and then later she got message that he may be deceased. Very difficult to communicate at this stage.
So are these all leaks, the WhatsApp messages that have been going around and the information that has come out?
Yeah, well, you could say it's leaks, but this comes from WhatsApp messages and voice notes that we get from family members on this side, and they receive it from the people in the Donbas, their relatives in the Donbas.
So they still have mobile, cell phones and that way of communicating?
No, the cell phones were taken away, but some of them do get messages through. It's a very few, and the family members share it amongst each other. Obviously, it's not very accurate. Some of it goes by word of mouth. It's very difficult now to really get facts. on what's going on there.
Well, Chris Hattingh from the Democratic Alliance, thank you so much.
Thank you, Linda.